what's the deepest drivers in us humans? If you look back 200,000 years, we've been living in caves. At restaurants, people like to sit with their back against the wall. No one wants to sit in the middle of the restaurant, especially if it's empty. You have all these like inner drivers. So we started listing up like what are all these different drivers, and one of the most important is the community. We are social beings. We need to interact with others, and that is like the prime part of being human. We are not reptiles. We don't live alone the whole of our life in the forest or desert. When the media started writing like now, when everyone is home officing, this is working so well, everyone is more productive. We think that companies would now just terminate all their lease contracts and everyone would just stay at home. I wrote that March 2020 in my strategy plan for the bank that I'm most 100% certain that because of this, people would be more interested in renting an office after or during COVID than they are today. Because now they are really experiencing what they are missing. And that turned out to be true. And it didn't take long before we actually started seeing the trend of this. So after a couple of months, people started calling, well, I'm so tired of being at a home office. Can we come to you guys? I see that you still have open. Because we had not built any like landscape officing. We had only built offices. So you could have like a small cell office, a team office, and the biggest offices would only be 5 or 6 people. And if you remember that time, you had the cohorts, and the cohorts were maybe 5. So that meant that all the people that had an office with us, they could still be at the office. So while others were sending everyone home because they were afraid of getting any newspaper roll-ups that they have the people coming to the office, it's not allowed, people are getting sick. Everyone at FOMO could come to FOMO, and we made lunch in boxes people could bring to that office and people could still meet. And so that made FOMO the social meeting point during COVID for a lot of these people. And there was no events. So when we had like the ability for, I think, a couple of months to gather 50 people, we gathered 50 people and we took a lot of pictures and we put that out there. And it's like, oh, here are people having fun. And others was sitting at home watching this, and they got a lot of FOMO.
Yeah.
Because they were seeing that we are having fun here. This is a place where you have the social interactions still working. Business was still thriving for a lot of companies, right? And they needed to meet. Where could they meet? Well, they could come to FOMO. The life is good at our street.